Yes, we are here now. The importance, disadvantages of organizational structure that is functional. First of all, ignorance of organizational objectives. Each department head works according to his sweet will. They always give more importance to their departmental objectives. Clear? Every department is give the sweet will to their own department, just like production, sale, and marketing department. So they are not bothered about another department. So that's why ignorance of organizational objectives, and organizational objectives will not be achieved on time because of this reason. Difficulty in interdepartmental coordination. It means all departmental heads may work as per their own wish. No doubt, this facilitates coordination within the department, but it makes इंडिपेंडेंटल कोऑर्डिनेशन डिफिकल्ट. क्लियर कि सब अपने अपना काम कर रहे हैं तो कोई यहाँ पे डाउट ही नहीं रहेगा और इंटरडिपेंडेंट कोऑर्डिनेशन में बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगी. नेक्स्ट इज conflict of interest, because every departmental head wants to become a functional empire. They satisfy their ego. Everyone demand maximum resources for their department. हर कोई चाहता है कि मेरे डिपार्टमेंट को अच्छे से अच्छा मटेरियल और ज़्यादा पैसा मेरे डिपार्टमेंट को इन्वेस्टमेंट करे. सो यहाँ पे कन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट हो जाएगा, तो डिपार्टमेंट के डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स के हेड में कन्फ्लिक्ट्स क्रिएट हो जाएगा. Hurdle in complete development. This system is a hurdle in the way of the complete development of the employees. Each employee specialize only in a small part of their job, whole job. सारे डिपार्टमेंट हैं लेकिन एक जो एम्प्लॉई है वो अपने ही डिपार्टमेंट में परफेक्ट है. सो इससे क्या होगा कि कंप्लीट डेवलपमेंट में हर्डन हो जाएगी, उस बंदे की कंप्लीट डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगी. Now the question is there. Sometime in exam, their question is there. What is the suitability of functional organization? It means it is useful for single product, large sized enterprises, where the size of business unit is large, where specialization is required, where decentralization of authority is needed, and where there is only one product that is sold, where there is one type of product, that is one product is to be sold. Clear? That is plastic हो गया, iron हो गया, electric goods हो गया, whatever is this, that is one product. So this is the functional structure, organization structure, the functional structure. Now there is a divisional structure. Second organization structure is divisional structure. First of all, we discuss about the meaning. It refers to the division of the whole enterprise of on the basis of different products, geographically areas, customers, group, etc. Whole group. It means पूरा जो ग्रुप है डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर में, पूरा जो एंटरप्राइज है वो मेजर प्रोडक्ट जो है उसके मोर देन वन होते हैं. जिस फंक्शनल में एक तरह का प्रोडक्ट बनाते थे, यहाँ पे वो प्लास्टिक भी बना रहा है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक भी बना रहा है, आयरन भी मेटल भी बना रहा है. वट एवर ही और शी इज मेड इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इट मीन्स उसमें जो मेजर फंक्शन और एक्टिविटीज हैं मोर देन वन है. दे आर प्रोड्यूसिंग डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स, दैट इज प्लास्टिक हो गया, आयरन हो गया, इलेक्ट्रिक गुड्स हो गए, वट एवर इज दिस, more than one, then divisional is there. Then every type of product have their own departments. प्लास्टिक का प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट, सेल डिपार्टमेंट, फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट डिफरेंट होगा, और आयरन का या इलेक्ट्रिक का वट एवर इज दिस उनका अलग होगा, प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट, सेल डिपार्टमेंट और मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट, बिकॉज दोनों के वर्क जो है टोटली डिफरेंट होंगे. क्लियर? सो नाउ इट मीन्स मेजर प्रोडक्ट्स जो उनके वो मोर देन वन होते हैं. अकॉर्डिंग टू द मेजर प्रोडक्ट्स, जो होल एंटरप्राइज है वो मैन्युफैक्चर्ड करता है गुड्स को, उसे डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर बोला जाता है. एंड दिस इज द मीनिंग. नाउ एडवांटेजेस. नंबर वन, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ डिविजनल हेड्स. द हेड ऑफ ईच डिवीजन, यानी प्लास्टिक का हेड हो रहा है और आयरन या इलेक्ट्रिक का हेड हो रहा है, तो उनकी डेवलपमेंट होगी बिकॉज दे आर परफेक्ट देयर इन देयर ओन वर्क. Second, divisional results can be assessed. It's very easy to check the profits or losses of every department, every production department. आयरन का अलग से डिविजनल हेड है एंड इलेक्ट्रिक का अलग से है, तो दोनों का प्रॉफिट और लॉसेस रिजल्ट्स को असेस करना, अचीव करना और मेंटेन करना बहुत ईजी हो जाता है। क्विक डिसीजन मेकिंग, इट मीन्स एवरी डिवीजन इज इंडिपेंडेंट इन इटसेल्फ। द डिविजनल मैनेजर कैन टेक एनी डिसीजन regarding his division independently without consulting other divisional managers. Hence, decisions are quick and effective. Next, easy expansion. For every product, a separate division is opened. If a company wants to introduce a new product, आयरन प्लास्टिक भी बना रही है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी का भी कोई प्रोडक्ट बना रही है, now the organization is want to introduce new product, then it can be introduced very easily without disturbing the existing divisions. Hence it is easy to expand the concern. Clear? Now disadvantages, conflicts between divisional heads, because every divisional head wants to establish his supremacy to satisfy ego. Each demand maximum resources for his division. प्लास्टिक वाला अपने लिए डिमांड करेगा कि मेरे पास मैक्सिमम रॉ मटेरियल हो और न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी की मशीन हो। सिमिलरली इलेक्ट्रिक वाला भी करेगा। तो इससे क्या होगा, उनके फंक्शंस जो हैं वो उनके कन्फ्लिक्ट्स पैदा हो जाएंगे डिफरेंट हेड्स के अंदर। Duplicity of functions, the entire set of functions, that is production, marketing, function, personnel, is required for all divisions. It gives rise to duplicity of efforts among divisions, hence resources are misused and cost of operations is unnecessary increased. Then selfish attitude. Every division tries to display better performance, sometimes even at the cost of other divisions. This shows that selfish attitude. दूसरे की कॉस्ट लेके अपने डिपार्टमेंट अपने प्रोडक्शन को अच्छा शो कर देना, दिस इज वेरी बैड। इसको बोलते हैं सेल्फिश एटीट्यूड एंड दिस इज डिसएडवांटेजेस। सुटेबल कहाँ पे है ये? विच डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर? Divisional organization structure is suitable where the size of organization is really very large and number of products, main number of products are more than one, and where different manufacturing technologies and marketing methods are required. So different marketing methods or technology are to be required. Really large हो जहाँ पे size business का, and where more than one type of products are to be introduced. So this is the advantages, disadvantages, and suitability of divisional structure. It's very important question from the case study point of view. Now, next question is there. Difference between, just like formal and informal organization, difference between functional and divisional structure. First of all, formation. Functional structure की formation कहाँ से होती है? On the basis of work. Divisional की on the basis of products, because there are more than one product. Specialization, specialization of job in functional and specialization of product. Who is specialized in plastic, they are given the plastic product, and who is given specialized in electronic, they have given the electronic department. Responsibility, it is cumbersome many joint to a certain departmental responsibilities. No department will take accountability for adverse result. Clear? कि कोई भी अपने adverse result की responsibility नहीं लेता यहाँ पे. It is easier to ascertain divisional responsibilities. It is easier to ascertain divisional responsibility means हर हर डिपार्टमेंट के अलग अलग मैनेजर्स होते हैं, तो वो अपनी अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को शो करेंगे, अपने अपने रिजल्ट्स को शो करेंगे. नेक्स्ट, मैनेजरियल डेवलपमेंट. दिस इज मैनेजरियल डेवलपमेंट. डिपार्टमेंटल मैनेजर इज स्पेशलाइज्ड in doing only one kind of job, so limited development takes place, क्योंकि वो उसी उतने ही एरिया में उसकी डेवलपमेंट होगी जितनी कि वो पोस्ट उसकी है. सेकेंड, डिविजनल मैनेजर्स इज versatile as he looks after many varied jobs, so immense development is possible. तो इसकी ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट हो जाती है. कॉस्ट, since there is no duplication of jobs, cost incurred is less. ये एक ही परचेज डिपार्टमेंट है, दो नहीं है, तो यहाँ पे कम कॉस्ट लगती है. बट इन डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर देयर आर टू प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स, two sales department, two marketing departments, so their duplication of jobs is there and costs are high. Coordination. All departmental heads work as per their discretion, so it becomes difficult to establish coordination. But whole division is headed by one divisional head who control all the divisional activities. So coordination is implicitly established. Clear? Suitability, where there is only one main product that is sold and where the number of main product is more than one. This is the difference between organization structure, that is functional and divisional. It means you have two types. Number one, organization types. Number two, organization structures type. Organization type is formal and informal, and organization structure type is functional and divisional. Now we are here to discuss next topic, that is delegation and decentralization. So there is a next topic, that is delegation and decentralization. We have studied about this. It's very small topic, but it's very important. Delegation of authority, it refers to the process of entrusting responsibilities and authority and creating accountability of the person to whom work or responsibility has been handed over. So authority and responsibility are the elements of delegation of authority. Delegation of authority delegation of authority means assigning work to others and giving them authority to do it. Delegation means काम देना, authority means power to take decision देना उसको, and responsibility means they are doing the job with their own authorities. And accountability means answerability. It means answerability to whom? The person who has, the superior who has assigned the job to you. Clear? So there are three elements of delegation of authority, that is authority, responsibility, authority, and accountability. Responsibility means responsibility means to the obligation of a subordinates to properly perform the assigned duty. It flows upward. क्लियर. एंड फीचर्स हैं इसके, एंड अथॉरिटी होती है जो वो राइट ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल कमांड होती है, ये टॉप टू बॉटम फ्लो करती है अथॉरिटी. एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी फ्लो करती है अपवर्ड, इट फ्लोज अपवर्ड. नीचे सबॉर्डिनेट सुपीरियर को आंसर देते हैं. सो इट इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन अथॉरिटी एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. मीनिंग अथॉरिटी में क्या होता है कि आप उसको पावर टू टेक डिसीजन दे देते हो, और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है द असाइंड जॉब कि किसने क्या काम करना है. डायरेक्शन और फ्लो, अथॉरिटी मूव्स फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम. इट मीन्स सुपीरियर सबॉर्डिनेट को टास्क देता है. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मूव्स फ्रॉम बॉटम टू टॉप. इट मीन्स सबॉर्डिनेट सुपीरियर को आंसर देता है. Origin, it originates because of formal position of an organization, and it or responsibility originates because of senior subordinate relationship. Essence, the essence of authority is to get decision implemented. अथॉरिटी में आपको डिसीजन लेने की पावर दी जाती है. एंड एसेंस ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज टू ओबे द ड्यूटीज. यू हैव टू ओबे द ड्यूटीज while doing your responsibilities. So this is the difference of two elements, authority and responsibility. Now there is a next difference, that is with the difference help of this difference you can very clearly learn the meaning. This is responsibility and accountability. Now responsibility and accountability, this is the another two elements of delegation of authority. And responsibility we are already clear, and accountability now we are here to clear. First of all, meaning the assigned job is the responsibility, and accountability क्या होता है? Answerable to the superior for the work performed. It means superior को subordinate answer देगा. Delegation, responsibility of the work can be delegated to some other person. आप ये वाला काम किसी और से करवा सकते हो. अगर X ने Y को काम दिया, Y के पास टाइम नहीं है, then Y can complete the work with the help of any other person, Z. Clear? But accountability cannot be delegated to some other person. But you are not answerable to any other person here. X ने Y को काम दिया है तो Y X को ही आंसर देगा. Z X को आंसर नहीं देगा. Z is not responsible for giving the answer to doing the task to X. Only Y is responsible to accountable to give the answer to the X. Origin, relationship between senior and subordinate. Clear? And accountability में जो origin है, that is delegation of authority. It means answerability. So this is the delegation of authority. So delegation of authority, this is over, and in next chapter we learn understand discuss the new topic. Now thank you, have a nice day.